Why do you think there's, I mean, what is the reason for all this, so much confusion? I mean, it seems like if anybody's got a half-wit idea, they come up with some kind of crazy stuff about hell. Why is there so much confusion about this subject?
One of the reasons for so much confusion on the subject of hell is what we're taught from children to believe about hell. And it's not so much, you know, this is what's so good about God's kingdom, this is why you want to go to heaven, but these are the reasons why you don't want to go to hell. The misconceptions of an ever-burning hell, everlasting torture and punishment. And I think people grow up with that, maybe they don't go to their Bibles and say, what does the Bible teach me about hell? What is the goal of hell? What is the purpose of it? Does it exist now? All those questions come in, and it lends to a lot of confusion about the subject of hell.
Do you remember the little tracts about hell?
I do. I saw one of those as a child that I don't want to say it marked me, but it's something that stuck with me and gave me a healthy fear because it was these pictures drawn out, and you know, to think about if this was something that just occurred and was over quickly, maybe you could accept that. But when you think of being in this particular tract, led me to believe that if I didn't walk the straight and narrow, that at some point I was going to be in that place, held by my heels, dunked down in a pothole full of burning lava, and there's the little devil with the red body stocking or whatever it is running around poking me every once in a while with a pitchfork. And that just goes on forever and ever and ever. I can't escape. It's just eternal punishment and torture. And that is a very hard thing for a kid to deal with, and I think that again leads to the confusion about what exactly hell is and what its goal.
Well, actually, I remember growing up that I was raised Baptist, and I remember hearing sermons. They call them the hellfire and brimstone. But I remember thinking that for me that the concept of heaven or hell, you've got the other side of the concept of going to heaven. Right. And I remember thinking that to be in heaven and looking down on this earth and watching my loved ones and being in a situation where maybe someone I loved and cared about was in imminent danger. Maybe they were a train coming that was going to run over. Maybe there was someone lurking around the corner about to jump out and attack them. And seeing that and not being able to do anything about it. And I remember thinking, to me, that would be hell. To be able to see that and not be able to do anything. Right. And so that whole thing really made me question the concept of heaven and hell, because it didn't make sense to me about that. And I think talk about why there's so much confusion is because we tend to throw things out there in a negative way to scare people into doing what we think they ought to be doing by saying, well, this is going to happen if you don't do this.
I think a lot of preachers have used this as a scare tactic to try to get people down to the altar or get them saved or whatever.